Welcome back to episode 3 of the Till Show podcast, as well as episode 3 of our journey through greatness. Today's episode will focus on the facet of greatness known as commitment. What is commitment? According to dictionary.com, and after the definitions that use the root word commit, commitment is defined as an obligation, a pledge or promise, dedication, allegiance. There is a common thread through these definitions. With a commitment, there is something more that binds us to that which we commit, something bigger than a simple choice. But commitment starts with that, right? It starts with a choice. We choose to be, do, uphold whatever agreement or contract in order to achieve whatever goal. Whether it's verbal or nonverbal, there is an added element to one's choice that makes the commitment legitimate. Commitment is something that we choose to do that we then internalize as something we have to do. The very easy example in life is marriage. Marriage is a commitment to a partner for theoretically the rest of your lives, right? Till death do you part, all of those things that we romanticize about marriage. The thing about the commitment of marriage is that you don't have to be with that person, and that person doesn't have to be with you. You two, or however, we live in a society where it's not just limited to two people, but whomever enters this commitment, they do not have to in order to live. That's not paramount to their living. However, through getting to know that person, through whatever circumstances that may arise in those people's lives, we must treat this like a necessity. We must treat this choice like there is no other choice. There is no other decision to be made. This is it. The element that I mentioned earlier is honor. One of the meanings of honor is to show a courteous regard for. In addition to choice, we honor that commitment by placing that choice in high regard in our lives. The choice to commit upholds something. Commitment also recognizes there is a process to the choice, that there is something on the other side of the commitment worth building towards. The reward for commitment is long-lasting, and it's above anything and anyone that doesn't realize that. And so when we commit to greatness internally, we're still saying the same thing. I believe the commitment to greatness is worth it to myself. That is an empowering idea and the start of something very, very scary. But it's worth it to be scared, because when you're scared, that's where courage comes from. See, great people are not fearless. Great people are courageous. They may not show how scared they are or how nervous they are or how anxious they are. But what they do is they recognize those feelings and then channel them to go forward, thus creating courage. You can't be courageous if you don't have any fear. Courage is a little sturdier than fearlessness. Courage comes with an understanding of what can go wrong and an appreciation of what can go right. That's what courage is. And so when we commit, we make a courageous decision to participate in something that we hold in high regard, that we don't have to. That's why, as we go through these facets of greatness, the connotations of them will start to turn into more difficult facets, more difficult things to go through. They'll feel a little more negative. They'll feel a little harder. They won't be as shiny as I have the ability to do XYZ. I have the desire to do XYZ. Once we make the commitment, that's where the challenge starts. Greatness is not easy by any circumstances. There are no shortcuts, and every day is not a breeze. There will be challenges. There will be tests that will cause one to question their commitment. Something beyond desire, beyond just wanting greatness to happen, adds weight, merit to the choice to commit to greatness. The motivations may differ from person to person, but the weight of the bond is rooted in honor. And that honor transforms that choice into the commitment necessary for one to pursue greatness. Thank you all for tuning into the Till Show podcast. We will be back with episode 4. I will continue to improve. I will continue to get better. We'll have a little more personality as these things go along. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you next time.